Andy Johnson, Minnesota State University. We are looking at how to teach writing using the 5-step writing process. You teach the process to develop the skill. The 5-step process involves pre-write, draft, revising, edit, share, and publish. And notice we do not edit until step 4. Editing in steps 1 and 3 is going to muck up the writing process when those ideas get stuck in the head. This is like the draft is throwing a blob of clay on the potter's wheel. Step 3, revising, is where you begin to shape the clay. And when you revise or create a pot, you throw things away. Revising is the very heart of the writing process. You review or reshape many, many times. The wheel doesn't go around just once, it goes around many, many times. As an adult writer, I would revise pieces 15 to 20 times. I work on them. That's me. But young students often just are tellers. They write once, they don't revise. You need to teach them how to revise. But teach them it is not an editing session. You are shaping your ideas. This is the heart of the writing process. Good writers revise many times. They shape the pot. So here are some specific strategies. Reread your paper. You can do this 2 ways. If you get stuck, you just start at the beginning. You go sentence by sentence, paragraph by paragraph, and start revising and shaping and pulling stuff out. You have a sense of the whole once you've written it, and now you're going to the whole part, and you use cognitive modeling. Another strategy is to read your work out loud. You often hear things. You develop a writer's ear. Now, this seems silly, but it is not. I use it a lot. I am an adult writer. I write textbooks and articles. Text-to-speech software. You write something, you play it back, you hear it, you get a different sense of things. And when I'm working on a page or a paragraph, I will read it out loud and I hear things that I wouldn't hear just by seeing things. And writers, beginning writers, like to hear their sentences being read out loud. And all word programs, writing programs have this function. There are plenty of free programs you can get to have your text being read out loud. I've said this before and I'll say it again. Provide an audience when you're revising. Gives you sense of what to shape, what to get rid of, how to shape it, how is it playing in the head of your reader. Develop an audience, provide an audience, and you have these response guidelines, either written or oral. And sometimes we respond by just reading. Step 4. Oh, a powerful strategy I've used in grades 1 through graduate school. It's a responding session, not an editing session. And I call it Magic Circle because when I did this initially with second graders, I had them actually put their desks in a circle. Step 1, make sure students know you're responding to ideas, not editing. Step 2, students identify a piece of writing they want to put in the circle, but they don't put their name on it. You collect students' writing, you shuffle them all up. For younger students, you move their desks in a circle and you put one desk in the middle of the circle. Shuffle the paper, give each student a paper. Their job is to read it and respond, to think all over the paper using those responding guidelines. So when students get their paper back, they'll have 3 or 4 students that have responded all over the paper. When they're done, they put their paper on the desk in the center and they wait for another one and they trade papers. With older students, I don't use the circle. I just have them raise their hand and respond with someone else. And depending on the age, you can hold concentration usually for 3 or 4 papers. With my college and high school students, usually about 20 minutes or so. And when they're done, you collect all the papers, put them on a table, and students can come and get their paper. And they get it back, and it is alive with comments. And this is a powerful revising strategy. And it's great to see what people say. A writing conference. This is where the teacher sits down with the student. It's not an editing session, but asks questions to get them thinking about their paper. And these are questions you could ask. Tell me more about. Where are you going with this? What are you working on? These are all questions you can ask. You're asking questions, and the conference should last 2 to 5, definitely no more than 10 minutes, but aim for 2 to 5 minutes, depending on the age of your writer. A conference, a revising. All right, that has been step 3, revising. The next step will be step 4, editing.